Cancer is a disease that starts from a single cell that starts to grow out of control. So normally in our bodies, cells grow and divide, and after they've lived their lifespan, they die. And in cancer, the controls of that process become unregulated, so that cells start to grow out of control. We know that cancer cells are pretty smart. They figure out lots of ways to trick their environment and to make it so that they have a growth advantage. And we're continually trying to figure out new ways to try to get a step ahead of them so that we can get rid of every last cancer cell in any given child.
A year ago, Garrett Lamb never imagined he'd be spending Thanksgiving Day in a hospital room. His mother beside him, his sister down the hall, and friends and family gathered in San Jose to support him.
I was diagnosed with a very specific kind of cancer. It's a mouthful, but I'll tell you, it was alpha-beta T-cell hepatosplenic lymphoma. So when I heard about the diagnosis, it wasn't like those scenes that you see maybe like in a movie of them sitting you down and saying, you have cancer, dun dun dun. It wasn't quite like that. It was kind of a long stream of information over several months of like, it might be this, it might be that. Going through that definitely affected people around me. I'm close with my family, and when you are diagnosed with cancer, you're going through it all together. You could even argue that it was harder on some other people than it was on me. The treatment I received was a combination of chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant. So I actually got a couple different rounds of chemo over a few months, and then I received stem cells from my sister. She was the donor, and what they do is they zap your immune system completely, and then they inject you with someone else's stem cells, which are just baby cells that are undecided, and they create your new immune system. It was like crazy science fiction. Going through the actual treatment though, there's just all kinds of weird pain and fevers and loss of appetite, losing your hair, losing weight, gaining weight, night sweats, nightmares, fingernails falling off, skin being weird. It was intense.
We know that if we don't intervene, that the cancer cells will continue to grow, they continue to get new mutations, they continue to figure out ways to avoid our therapy. And our job as cancer specialists and as scientists who study cancer is to figure out ways to prevent that from happening.
When I found out I was in remission, hearing that I was clear was a big load off. For sure. If they find a cure and they keep progressing the way that they are, there's going to be a lot more survivors than there have been. And there already are a lot. There's probably in the millions at this point.
In 40 years, we've gone from 1 in 10 kids being cured to 9 out of 10 kids, which is awesome if you think about it, but not good enough, because if that's your friend or your kid, that's not okay. And so we're really not done until it's 10 out of 10 kids, and I think we're getting closer to that.
I think the future of cancer is now, because there's so many amazing treatments already. And of course we're going to keep progressing with all the doctors out there who have done all this amazing work the last 20 years. But the future's now. There's great treatment out there if you can go get it.